Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is DeLady Designer, and today we're going to have a look at all the animals and all the new pieces in the Zookeepers animal pack, as well as everything new in free update 1.18. If you're excited for this new DLC and free update, then definitely stay tuned and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Planet Zoo content, because I've definitely got you covered. And we're going to dive right in with this insanely beautiful campaign scenario mode map that comes along with the Zookeepers animal pack. In this scenario, you step into the role of a lifetime, helping the Planet Zoo team prepare for their 5-year anniversary at the world-famous Frontier Zoo. This map is heavily inspired by Cambridge, where the Frontiers office is located. They even recreated their own office in this map, which I honestly find just super cool. I, along with some other community members and content creator, was invited to the Frontier office shortly after Planet Zoo was announced like 5 years ago. So this definitely brings back some really great memories, and whoever created this map did a fantastic job with both the architecture and the natural elements of the zoo. It's also perfect for many players to work with, since it includes 6 habitats pretty much already to help you get started easily in the game. So I think this one is by far one of the best maps ever created by Frontier. Now let's right away start with the pieces of the Zookeepers animal pack. I will not go over all of them one by one because there's just so much to see here, which is just a great example of what you can do with these pieces. But these pieces I really wanted to show you guys, because I know that a lot of people, realism favorites, builders, will absolutely love these pieces. So we have the Zookeeper metal wire. We have these metal poles, which would be perfect, for example, for like an elephant habitat. Remember the fences that we create, and it's always like, it's too thin or too thick. These are perfect for elephant habitats or rhino habitats and whatnot. We have like this metal pole base, and then you have these type of pieces, metal pole joint, cab, balls. And then we have these things, the maple ribbon, straight and curved. These are called the Zookeeper maple. And then you have these tent pieces, Markhor, I don't know. We will have a look at those later on. These are all recolorable, by the way, so some really nice supports here with wood as well. Definitely really cool, as well as like these really nice rope pieces, very tiny. Absolutely fantastic. There are some lanterns here. So these things I thought were maybe cushions or plushies, but these are Zookeeper lanterns. I'm not really sure if I will be using them, but they look really cute though. Some lanterns here. We have a moon sign. Then we have like a bunch of like flowers, obviously all recolorable, and these are separate pieces. There are 2 pieces, so this is part of an umbrella. You can probably maybe use this one. Well, we actually have a lot of like tiny pieces. I'm not really sure if this would be usable in any other way. I guess so, but we don't really need them anymore in that way because we have so many thin pieces. Anyways, I'm rambling. We have signs here. They're really big though. I do have to say that, as well as the flowers. They're huge. Yeah, but I'm probably not going to use them very often, I'm afraid. We have some beautiful signs here. Really do like the art style of the signs from the last few packs. Also, this really cute statue of the tortoise, really amazing. But yeah, definitely really great signs. We have some buntings, which you can also recolor, of course. And then you have the satin, what was it called? The satin barrier rope and the satin barrier post. I actually wonder if you can... Actually, you can recolor this one, so that might actually be also very useful for other areas as well. So these are all the pieces. Oh wait, we almost forgot about these freaking fantastic picnic benches. I love these. I'm not really sure how often I would use them apart from a backstage area or a restaurant, But these things are amazing, and you can also recolor it, so you can recolor the fabric in any color you like, which is really, really nice. We have some beautiful bin here, which I do think, especially for interiors, would be really nice as well. You can also recolor this one, which is fantastic. And the benches are also really nice. I love it. I love the wooden texture, and I love the fact that you can also recolor these benches. So not a fan of all the pieces in here, especially like these big ones. They look amazing, don't get me wrong, but for me personally, not entirely sure how often I would be using these kind of things unless I would be creating like a festive area. But like the wooden pieces, the rope here, and these metal pieces are freaking fantastic, as well as like the picnic bench and the bench itself. So yeah, as an example, like these are a lot of, I'm just gonna call them tents. I have a hard time with the word, but you can see how they are using it. Like right over here. The clouds, the sun, the umbrellas, they all look really good. So we have a lot of the flowers here. You can see how useful these picnic benches are, especially for these festive areas. They look fantastic. The flowers look fantastic as well. So they are created with these metal beams here, which are recolorable as well. This looks really amazing. So yeah. Definitely some really great pieces you can see here. So these look like balloons, but they're also lanterns. So shall we just make it dark for just a little bit so we can see how they look at nighttime? They look really beautiful. Oh yeah, definitely super nice. But again, I'm not really sure how often I would be using these type of pieces. But it's just great. And it's great how well it also works with like the counters. So you can create some really awesome areas here with these pieces. So definitely a fan of some of the pieces, and in general the look, how colorful and festive. This is definitely a great party for the 5th anniversary of Planet Zoo, no doubt. Now let's go and check out all the animals from the Zookeepers animal pack. And we're going to start with the adorable Pallas Cat, one of the animals I've been looking forward to the most from this pack. But I have to warn you guys already, because all the animals from this pack look freaking fantastic. So Frontier does know how to do this and not to let us down. They look really good, but it also really helps to have this beautiful environment around them. So we have the adult Pallas Cat right over here, which looks just freaking adorable if you ask me. And we also have a little kitten walking around. Well, we actually have a few little kittens. Look at these guys. Aren't they the cutest? Oh, they look so fluffy. It's so adorable. Such a great fan of these little kittens. I really do like it. I mean, like the sand cat was fantastic. Was really cute. But for some reason, I just like the Pallas Cat more, I guess. It looks so freaking adorable. So yeah, definitely very excited about the Pallas Cat in the Zookeepers animal pack. So let's quickly go over the Zoopedia. The Pallas Cat is of least concern. Their natural habitat is in Asia and all these regions right over here: taiga, tundra, and temperate biome. One adult needs 200 square meters of land. They do not have any water requirements or whatnot. 245, 290. So you can make some pretty nice small habitats for these guys. But who is surprised with a small cat like that? Their temperature requirement is huge, from minus 44 to 36 degrees, and grade 2 climbing proof fencing with a minimum of 3 meters. That's definitely not the case here, but we're in sandbox mode, so I do have to say that. Species data: you can have 1 to 2 adults in one habitat. They are shy when it comes down to humans. Guests will flee from these these animals. Their life expectancy is around 9 years old. They become mature at around 1 year old. They have a number of offspring of 2 to 5 animals, and they are easy to reproduce in captivity. Research status, you will find some fun facts right over here about the Pallas Cat, and here we have all the enrichment items you can unlock for these animals. There are no new enrichment items for the Pallas Cat, and they do not have an interspecies bonus with other animals. Moving on to the Hamadryas Baboon, definitely an animal that I think just really belongs in Planet Zoo. I think the animal looks really fantastic. We obviously have a difference in between the male that we can see right over here. Let me just go around the animals so you can also see the butt that they are pretty famous of. I think these animals look really, really good. So let's have a quick look at one of the females. I think one is right over here. So this is a adorable female. Also looks really fantastic. In case you're wondering, I do have the light torch on, so I just want to make sure that you can see the animals really nicely instead of like this dark. So in case you're wondering why maybe the light is a little bit off. So yeah, this is a little female, and then we can also see a little baby right over here, and this one actually could use a little bit more light still. But look how adorable it looks. Really, really cute. And as I said, I'm definitely really happy to see the Hamadryas, I have a hard time with that name, but these baboons being added into the game. So now quickly go over the Zoopedia information. The Hamadryas baboon is of least concern. Their natural habitat is in Africa. In these regions right over here, their biomes are desert and grassland. One adult needs a little bit of climbing frame, but also 500 square meters of land. 2 need 510, 3 need 520. So it's not going up super fast. So that is definitely good to know. And they need a temperature requirement of 3 to 43 degrees. Grade 4 fencing with climbing proof above 3 meters. Species data, you can have 6 up to 100 in one habitat. They are confident when it comes down to relationship with humans. Guests will flee from these animals. Their life expectancy is 27 years old. They become mature at 6 years old. They have a number of offspring of 1, and they are very easy to reproduce in captivity. Research status, you will find some fun facts here. So if you just pause the game, you can obviously read all the fun facts if you want to. Now these animals are able to use the veggie jelly cake right over here. So that is the new enrichment item that we are getting. And yeah, other than that, these are all the enrichment items that you can unlock for these animals. And they do have an interspecies bonus with the African savanna elephant. Moving on to the spectacled bear, and I do have to admit, like, bears are a little bit underrated for some reason in this game, and I myself am also to blame for that, because I don't know, for some reason I barely pick any bears in my zoos, but the spectacled bear looks so beautiful again, like the fur, and it just looks almost so fluffy you want to cuddle it, which you obviously should not do, but you guys know what I mean, right? This bear looks really, really cute, so I really cannot wait to build a habitat for these beautiful bears in the game. Now, I don't really think the male and the female look much different. We have the female right over here, and we have a little cup in the back. Oh, you have a little scar on your face. I don't think so. Might be a difference in size. Oh, but look at this little cup. I mean, you guys, do I have to say more? Look at this little face right over here. Oh, you're so adorable. And the fur looks so fantastic. Oh, look at that little tail just wiggle. Also, the paws look really beautiful. Definitely some really adorable bears. Are you going to do any fun animation, or are you just going to sit down on your bum I hate it that your head is a little bit. Ah, it's just going to sleep. A little bit in the bush right over here. But yeah, the bears look really fantastic. I'm wondering, can we just see you wobble around for just a little second, just to enjoy how cute you also look when you're not sleeping? Just look at him or her. I actually did not pay attention to that. Isn't it adorable? Oh yeah. I really, really love these spectacle bears. They are so cute. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the spectacle bear. Now let's quickly go over the zoopedia of the spectacle bear. They are classified as vulnerable. Their natural habitat is in South America, and their biomes are tropical, tundra, and grasslands. One adult needs 850 square meters of land and climbing requirement of 64 square meters. Two need 930, 100 square meters of climbing, and three, I doubt you can have three, but 1,000, more than 1,000 square meters. So they need quite a lot of land if you're going to build a habitat for these guys. And their temperature requirement is minus 13 to 42 degrees Celsius. Great for climbing frame or climbing fences with a minimum requirement of 3 meters. Species data, you can have 1 to 2 adults in one habitat. They are neutral when it comes down to humans, but guests will flee from them. And life expectancy is 25 years old. They become mature at 6 years old, and they can have a number of offspring of 1 to 2, and they have an average difficulty in reproduction in captivity. Research status, you can find some fun facts right over here, and these are all the enrichment items that you can unlock for these animals, and they do not have an interspecies enrichment bonus. Moving on to the beautiful Markhor, an animal that I probably wasn't super excited for when I heard the first time about this, but I'm very excited to hear more and learn more about this animal, because this is one of those animals that I never heard of before, and I just thought like, oh yeah, it's a hoofed animal, like, oh yeah, I couldn't care less. And I feel sorry for saying that, because these animals are just so beautiful. The hair does look a little bit static. I hope, I've seen other animals that had like this really perfect hair. I wonder if that's like a button that it can be a little bit less static. But other than that, these animals look so beautiful and so fantastic. I mean, these, I don't know how to call them. I'm not gonna even try. But they just look so freaking amazing. So we have the male here, we have a female here, and look at this little one. Also, the textures and the fur colors look so freaking amazing. I really love the white and the combination. I don't know. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah, these animals, as I said, like Frontier, it just keeps surprising me and keeps amazing me, like how fantastic these animals look and how I can fall in love with even animals that I wasn't initially super excited for. Like, just look at this male. Isn't it fantastic, you guys? I mean, let me know if you don't agree with me, but yeah, they look really beautiful. So let's go over the information of the Zoopedia. The Markhor is near threatened. Their natural habitat is in Asia in all these regions, and their biomes are taiga and tundra. One adult needs 390 square meters of land, two need 450, 3, 510, and so on. Minus 20 to 28 degrees temperature requirement, and they need a grade 3 fencing with a minimum of 1.25 meters. And species data, you can have 2 to 12 in one habitat. They are confident when it comes down to relationship with humans. Guests will flee from these animals. Life expectancy is 14 years old. They become mature at 3 years old. They can have a number of offspring of 1 to 2, and they are very easy to reproduce in captivity. Research status, we can find some fun facts here, and these are all the enrichment items you can unlock, including the new veggie jelly cake, and they have an interspecies bonus with the takin. Another very underrated animal, but one that makes me super excited, especially if you see how freaking fantastic this tortoise is looking. I mean, just have a look at these paws and the details on top of it. This is beyond anything that I've ever seen in Planet Zoo. These guys deserve so much more love. They look so freaking fantastic. So the African Spurred Tortoise. I don't think I've ever heard of this tortoise before, but oh my goodness, how much I do love this animal. Words cannot even describe how fantastic this animal looks. So this is a male, and right over here we have a female. So this female is obviously a lot smaller already than the male, but oh my goodness, just look at that little one right over here. It's coming right at us, and it's so freaking adorable. I can't get over it. Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, are you seriously, even though you were not looking forward to the tortoise, and now seeing this one, still not falling in love with how beautiful this animal is looking? I mean, for real. I am so excited about this animal being added in the Zookeepers animal pack. It looks fantastic. So let's go over the Zoopedia. The African Spurred Tortoise is endangered. Their natural habitat is in Africa and all these regions. They require a grassland biome. One adult needs 215 square meters of land, two need 220, three 225. So you can really create some really nice small habitats for these guys. Temperature requirement is 13 to 38 degrees Celsius. They need a grade 1 fencing with a minimum of 1 meter. Species data, you can have 1 to 8 adults in one habitat. They are neutral when it comes down to humans. Guests can enter their habitat like you just saw, and they become 60 years old. They become mature at 10 years old. They can have a number of offspring of 2 to 6, and they are very easy to reproduce in captivity. Research status, some fun facts here about the African Spurred Tortoise. These are all the things you can unlock, including the veggie jelly cake, and they have an interspecies bonus with the Dama Gazelle. Another super adorable animal is the Coquerel Sifaka. Now, the only thing I do have to say is that I sometimes do find the fur not as great as some of the other animals that we're used to in Planet Zoo and over the past few years. But other than that, these animals are so freaking adorable. Their fur looks amazing. And wow, okay, do I have to say more, you guys? I thought for a second, let me just pause this. First, I thought like this is some kind of special animation for these guys, but this is how these guys move around. Like I didn't know these animals. I only knew them from pictures, just like how they sit down. But I didn't know that this was the way how they move. And it's just hilarious, isn't it? Like, this is already one of the reasons why I just fell in love with these animals. They look so funny, like for real, and so beautiful. I mean, the color patterns are so freaking beautiful. It may not be, as I said, like the fur texture, something feels a little bit off to me, but other than that, they just look so freaking cute. Is that a little baby? Yes, it is. Just look at the little baby jumping around, having fun. It's so hilarious. I really had no idea this is how they move around in the game. You're going so fast. Oh my goodness. But these guys are able to use the jelly cake, but they already did eat it. So let me just speed up the game. So, oh wait, we can just actually reset this one. Can we? Oh wait, maybe we can just duplicate one. If we duplicate one, yeah, there we go. Okay, so here, did you see that? It was rolling over or something. Are you going to do an animation? Huh? Are you? Or wait, what is that? Oh, they were just in sync or something? I'm not really sure what that was. Okay, look. You should not be in the jelly cake. You should be... So this is a jelly cake. So there are bananas and melons and apples, and it actually even moves a little bit, and it looks so funny. it's really funny. The only thing, I should not be nitpicking, but the only thing I'm missing out on is the fact that I feel like they should have done the same with the jelly cake for the carnivores, like to celebrate it for all the animals. Like I find this already fantastic just to have a jelly cake. It's nothing special with the animations. They're just going to sit down just like they do with do we have anything here like this one, for example? They're just gonna sit down and then they're just going to pick some food out of it and eat it. But it's really cool. I love it that we have a jelly cake to celebrate the 5th anniversary. I think it's really awesome. So let's go over the zoopedia of the Coquerel Sifaka. They are critically endangered. Their natural habitat is in Africa, Madagascar. They require a tropical biome. One adult needs 215 square meters of land and 25 square meters of climbing frame. 235 is for 2 adults, 255 for 3. So it's still, you can make quite a small habitat for these guys. Temperature requirement 15 to 42 degrees Celsius, grade 2 fencing, and a climbing frame of a minimum of 3 meters. Species data 2 to 6 adults in one habitat. Their relationship with humans is neutral. Guests can enter their habitat. Life expectancy is 25 years old. They become mature at 3 years old. They can have a number of offspring of 1, and they're difficult to reproduce in captivity. Research status, some fun facts here about the Coquerel Sifaka, and here are the enrichment items you can unlock for these guys, including the veggie jelly cake. And they have an interspecies bonus with the black and white ruffed lemur, the red ruffed lemur, and the ring-tailed lemur. And last but definitely not least is the Kirk's Dik-Dik. What a freaking adorable animal. I think the first time I got to know this animal was with one of the mods that you can download for PC, which already was super adorable. But the fact that Frontier created this animal now, and it just looks so freaking cute. It's so tiny and just so beautiful made. And that little snout, I think we can call it a snout, just is so freaking cute. And then the big eyes. I mean, this animal is just, the second name is just adorable. I mean, just look at it. Isn't it the cutest? Really, really beautiful animal, and how it moves. And yeah, I'm such a big fan. Let's see if we can find a little baby. We have a female right over here. Let me just check. Oh, here we go. Just look at this one. Oh my freaking goodness. Aren't they amazing, you guys? Can you please stand still for me? Just okay. Out of the grass is also good. Just look at it. Just look. Just look. I'm beyond words. This one it's so freaking cute. So adorable. Oh my gosh. I'm so in love with this animal as well. And now you see what I mean. Like, all the animals are so fantastic in this pack. They look so beautiful and so well made. So yeah, I can't even pick my favorites. I don't know. The Pallas Cat is amazing. The spectacled bear, the baboon, the tortoise, the Dik-Dik, the Sifaka. Maybe the Sifaka is then my least one, but that's mostly due to the fur maybe looking a little bit less good than all the other animals. But they're all just really, really fantastic. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys all think of all these animals. What animal are you looking forward to the most now that you've seen all the animals? And what do you think in general of all these animals? Are you like me, like being like, oh yeah, it's a nice pack, it's a nice roster, but I'm not really sure about the animals. But now seeing the animals, I'm just like, oh my gosh, these are just fantastic. It's a great pick nonetheless. Okay, before I go to the free update, let's just go quickly to the zoopedia of the Kirk's Dik-Dik. So the Kirk's Dik-Dik is of least concern that their natural habitat is in Africa and they require a grassland biome. They have a minimum habitat requirement of 200. For 2 adults, it's 250. 3 adults, it's 300 square meters. Temperature requirement of 13 to 38 degrees Celsius. Grade 2 fencing with a minimum of 1.25 meters. Species data, you can have 1 to 2 adults in one habitat. They are shy when it comes down to relationship with humans. Guests can enter their habitat, which is a little bit odd to me, but I guess they did do their research. Life expectancy is 10 years old. They become mature at 7 months old, and they have a number of offspring of 1, and they're very easy to reproduce in captivity. Research status, we have some fun facts right over here of these animals, and here we have research enrichment items with the veggie jelly cake included, and they do not have an interspecies bonus with any other animal. So here we have all the free items, a free update 1.18, so you do not need to buy the Zookeepers animal pack in order to get these pieces right over here. So what do we have? We have 3 apple trees in 3 different sizes, so you can see the apples hanging in the trees. Really cool. I actually was always surprised to have apple trees in the game without actual apples, so I was super happy to see these ones added. You have 1 separate apple, so you can use this for habitats or whatever you want. There are some small little signs. I actually first thought these were like buntings, but they just created like small little card signs, so you can add just 1 letter to it, but you can also add more letters to it. You have a small version and a bigger version, so I like these. I do really like these. I like how small they are in comparison to the rest of the game. So yeah, we have the jelly cake, vegetable cake, the veggie jelly cake, I should say. Quite a lot of animals are able to use this veggie cake, so that is really cool. This one is obviously to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Planet Zoo. Then we have the paper tassel, which you can use to decorate your buildings and whatnot. Personally, for me, probably the most interesting piece are these strings. I mean, hello, look how thin these guys are and how you can recolor them. I mean, us building people and creative people are just excited about the string, I guess. So yeah, they come in like these curved pieces and straight pieces. It's fantastic. It's a string, but we can be happy with the strings, I guess. So it's not much, but definitely some really nice items for free update 1.18. And last but not least is the African leopard. This animal will be free for everyone to celebrate the 5th anniversary of Planet Zoo. So this one will be part of free update 1.18. Not entirely sure if the console edition is able to play with this animal. Also, right away, I'm going to assume that this animal will be available for you guys, together with like the Zookeeper animal pack that will be available somewhere in 2025. I think that will be available for May 2025, but don't pin me on this one. I am not entirely sure, but definitely a really beautiful animal. I'm really excited to see this animal free being added to all the players of Planet Zoo, whether it's now or within a few months. Beautiful animal. And we also have some little cups walking around here. Let's just see. This one is quite in action. Just look at this little one. It's always great to see another big cat being added into the game. And I think this is definitely one of the very highly requested animals, especially for Africa. It's a beautiful animal, and I'm super excited to see it being added into the game as well now. So now let's quickly go over the Zoopedia of the African leopard. They are classified as vulnerable. Their natural habitat is in Africa. Biomes are tropical and grassland. 1 adult needs 705 square meters and 45 climbing requirement. 2 adults need 815 and 60. 3 adults need 925 and 75 climbing requirement. Their temperature requirement is 13 to 42. Grade 3 fencing with a minimum of 3 meters. Species data, you can have 1 to 2 adults in one habitat. They are neutral when it comes down to humans, but guests will obviously flee from these animals. Life expectancy is 15 years old. They become mature at 2.5 years old. Number of offspring 2 to 3 cubs, and they are average difficulty in reproduction in captivity. Research status, we have some fun facts right over here, and here are all the enrichment items you can unlock for the African leopard, and they do not have an interspecies enrichment bonus. So yeah, these were all the animals and all the pieces of the Zookeepers animal pack and free anniversary update 1.18. Definitely a really nice animal roster, at least if I talk for myself. Pleasantly surprised with some of the animals while I wasn't really super excited for them or wasn't expecting too much. Frontier definitely does a great job in making me at least very excited for some of these animals, and I'm super curious to hear your thoughts about this as well. Like, I can imagine that this wasn't really what we were hoping for. I know a lot of us, including me, because of the Planko dictionary, were waiting or hoping for the secretary bird and the good phallus tree kangaroo. Still kind of confusing why they are in the Planko dictionary and we didn't get these animals. Does that mean that there is still an animal pack in the makings? Could be. I mean, December is still on its way, and I think marketing wise that is a really good month still for any game in general to launch a pack. So are we still going to see another pack in December? It could be. Is this just some kind of anniversary pack? That's why it's called a Zookeepers animal pack. Could be. Did we see the end of Jurassic World Evolution with a park manager's collection animal pack? Yes, we also did see that. So I really have no idea. I'm really just guessing, and just like you guys, I really have no idea what is going to happen next. I obviously do hope it's not the end of Planet Zoo, and I think you all agree with me that we all do hope that it's not going to end here. So let's just keep our fingers crossed here, and I'm just super curious to hear your thoughts about this pack. Are you excited for these animals now that you saw them all in action? What are your thoughts about this pack? Are you going to get this pack? Are you not going to get this pack? Really would love to know your opinion, and of course let me know what you all think of the free update, the free anniversary animal, the African leopard, and the strings and the apple trees and let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like at this video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe of course if you haven't already. Yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye guys!